Log out, log back in.
Hello, history buffs. Ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Freedom of our future. A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls. To the encampment for freedom of our future.
For liberty. This is what American patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty.
The hour our liberty is at hand. For freedom is brava. Secure our liberty. My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
Welcome to my colonial home. Today, Del Payne's work captures the spirit of we fight for independence. And our freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Hour is late. We must enact. To the encampment for liberty. Soldiers, the enemy is near. Front line, flapping.
The question, you're just not following it enough.
It seems pretty like if you're going to engage and you're going to say the evidence is overwhelming that Tyler Robinson is guilty, I just think that you should. Like,
right.
Can you tell me one?
Then let's do the counter. You can really, no, this is a great gotcha.
No. You just got to ask me, play clips out of context, put me in the hot seat. So please just answer the question.
This is fair. Name all seven since you've been following the case.
Okay, sure. You name one.
Yeah, you named all seven.
I'm happy to do that, but can you name one?
I think he's been charged with murder.
That's actually incorrect.
Okay, great. Now name all seven.
He doesn't. This is like
name all seven.
And I
can you name all seven?
I can.
Then do it.
Sure, you don't have to
do it. No, do it. I'll count them. Go ahead.
You don't have to put your fingers up.
Okay, hang on. Name them.
Yeah, sure.
Name them.
The first charge is aggravated murder because that's what carries a death sentence in the state of Utah. No, that's not. That is literally not murder.
Okay.
And so just for people, I don't have to do it in a time limit. There's nothing going on. And just to explain to people the difference of why that really matters and shows that he doesn't actually care about this at all is because aggravated murder, it's narrowly defined and because it carries a death sentence. I'm going to answer the question.
Okay,
You're just going to recognize that your strategy of thinking that people are intimidated when you try to put a time constraint doesn't work. And you'll be better the next time you debate someone.
I got it. Give me the other ones.
The more you cut me off, the longer I'll take. Do you want to just wait for me to finish of why that's a big difference so that people don't walk away?
No, I just want you to list the charges.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. You just don't get to pretend that there's a time constraint for me to do that.
Well, how long does it take you to list seven charges?
Because I'm speaking. You just got to.
It sounds like you're just delaying it because you don't know them.
I know all seven of them.
Then
and I'm going to say
them.
again, because you're going to get embarrassed. You don't have to rush this. I'm also showing an example of a very flawed debate strategy. I actually am under no time constraint.
I got one.
Great. The second charge is the felony discharge of a weapon. The next two charges are for obstruction of justice.
Okay.
The next two charges are for witness tampering. And
what's the specific charges, though?
That is them. Obstruction of justice, obstruction of justice, witness tampering.
Okay. And there's no other specifics to them.
Well, I can tell you why he's being charged.
No, just the charges and then seven.
Yeah. See, the bad thing is when you try to be an a-hole and it doesn't work.
What's the seventh?
The last charge is violence in front of a minor.
Okay. Got it. So then he's being charged with murder. You just say aggravated murder.
Wow.
That's the distinction. You just want to.
It's a massive. It's like you cannot say murder versus aggravated murder.
Distinction.
This gets to the entire crux of why him being up for the death sentence. And I actually find the defense's filing about why this is not aggravated to be very compelling of why it's not aggravated murder. I actually think that if the state was going to even try to pull this off, they should have charged him with just murder. And then I do also, again, want to stress to audiences that debate strategy gets some sport. I think he thinks it's a blood sport. It's not. It's about being right and being principled when you're engaging. And you can make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. but at least be genuine in pretending that you care about this case enough to know one of the 7 charges that are up against Tyler Robinson when you say the evidence is overwhelming that he's guilty. If you would like to move to final statements, I'm fine. I want to make sure Andrew has had the time that he has requested.
I think your team would like to pull up the 7 charges that he just asked you about. If you guys want to pull that up just to confirm the 7 you went through. Can you guys zoom in a little bit? For
aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm, obstruction of justice, which is counts 3 and 4, 5 and 6, tampering with a witness, and count 7,
violent
offense in the presence of a
in front
minor.
of a child.
Yeah.
That's what
So
I
5, 6, tampering witness, 3rd-degree felony. Now, I did notice something I just was curious about. If I'm just wondering, when you pulled out your phone just before you asked that question, did somebody by chance text you that question?
You can check my phone.
I'm just curious.
No, you can absolutely not. I have not had one communication with a single person, not even my producers who are in there this whole time we were here. You want to check my phone? I'm happy to do it because you're just going to get double embarrassed. Where's my phone?
You want to see it?
I'm just curious. Yeah.
You can literally do that. Here you go. PBD, you're the moderator.
Okay.
Take it.
Let's see
See
it.
if anyone was texted at all during this debate
All right.
about the violent charges or anything.
I'm looking through this. You give me permission.
You
I'm
have
looking
full
I'm not gonna
permission to
give
go
names.
through my phone. I don't need to
So
cheat.
the last one has nothing to do with it. It's just a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even read my text messages.
That's
so
a compliment.
he's reading them.
You're okay. You'll give me permission.
Yes.
I'm just going to read 3 of them
Yes.
to 1132 because after that, I don't need to read it.
Any other texts? Could have been Telegram. Could have been something.
All
like
I
that.
have is Signal. You can check that too. I only have Signal. Telegram I used in Russia, and that was I downloaded for
I'll
Russia.
take your word for it.
Yeah.
Then-
I don't need to like. I
Okay.
deeply care about this case. I don't need to pretend
I get
to
it.
know
If you
stuff that
deeply
I
care
don't
about
know.
the case, I
Yeah.
just, I have my other question is about steakhouse receipt.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Described him as one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.
Welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave. I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Nora Christine.
It's Rippy Unfiltered.
Hey, I'm Lady CJ, Red Pill Brown Girl.
85 Slim.
So it was a big debate last week with Candace Owens and Andrew Wilson. That was the main clip that's going viral. Most people saying that Andrew Wilson lost because he didn't know the charges. Nora, I know you went on Fatty's show. You're the one person that I know went and talked about the debate. So what's your thoughts on the debate?
Oh boy. I think Charlie Kirk lost. Poor guy. RIP. I mean, we're never going to, I don't feel like the substance of the case was debated. I don't think Andrew won because part of a debate is having facts. There were facts on Andrew's side, so I don't know why he didn't know them. There are so many facts on Andrew's side, and his team, shout out to them. They were very prepared. He was not. He would not let Candace speak. I think public opinion, whether you like Candace or not, she's 7 months pregnant. I think that kind of didn't look good in his favor, how aggressive he was. He talked about Erica Kirk before. He talked about Turning Point before, and now he's there to represent. I don't think the purpose of that debate was to debate. I think the purpose of the debate was so they could get Candace saying something incriminating. However, I do believe if he knew the facts, he would have won because the facts are on his side. The facts are there. There's court documents. There's multiple things with what's his name? The guy's name that killed Kirk. Whatever. Robinson. He admits it in text messages. He admitted it to his lover. His lover said he did it. There's videos of him. I mean, we have all but him taking the shot. And so I don't know what else to say. I mean, the facts were there. He just didn't know them.
So, Mr. Rippey, we were just talking about how you just did a debate and you're going to be doing several debates in the future. So you probably debated professionally more than the rest of us here. So what was your thoughts on the debate? Do you feel like Andrew Wilson lost?
Yeah, well, I can see why.
just by looking at that clip right there. And the thing is, I do like Andrew Wilson, but his debate skills is can y'all still hear me? Am I freezing?
No, we hear you.
We hear you.
Am I I'm good?
Yeah, you freeze.
You're good. We can hear you though, Rippy. Keep talking. We hear you fine. Guess not. Great, you jinxed it.
Slim, I saw you shaking your head during the whole
Hold on
video.
a second, man. I'm sorry.
You good, you good. So, Slim, what's your thoughts? Did Andrew Wilson lose?
Yep. Number one, bro, and I said this shit before. Candace is the definition of a black queen when it comes to mental debating. The woman is so intelligent, bro, and she's not afraid, yo. Like the way she kept her composure, you could tell the difference in body language. One was nervous, one was like, what's good? And at the end of the day, I just don't think a man could debate that woman unless it's like a Byron Donalds or something, bro. Like you gotta have your skills on point when you sit in front of this woman. And another one bites the dust to me. You know what I mean? Another one bites the dust. Down goes Andrew.
For sure. Mr. Rippey, what were you saying?
I was saying like his skills were off. The thing is, actually, I like Andrew Wilson. I think he's a good debater, but he wasn't prepared for Candace, man. And he tried to use some type of debate tactics that did not go in his favor, because there are some facts that he have, but I understand why people are skeptical about the facts. I mean, there's some things that popped up, and Candace has been calling us some lies, but a lot of things that she has said got me thinking like, okay, that actually makes some sense. But the debate didn't go like I thought it was going to go. We talking about two professional debaters, but Candace Owens is on a whole nother level. And that's what people are paying attention to instead of the substance of the debate or the topics and everything like that.
That girl is gangster, bro.
CJ, welcome to the new party. What's your thoughts?
Never tried to Candace, man.
Thanks for having me. This is cool. Thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate it. I kind of gave my take yesterday. And after hearing from PBD, I kind of thought about some things that maybe there were some things that were negotiated that Andrew was not allowed to share, because like most of you guys said, I can't imagine why he didn't bring up a lot of like facts, a lot of evidence, even when she pinned him in a corner and was saying, you said that the evidence is overwhelming, the gun, the pictures, the hallway, or the staircase. And he was like, no, I didn't say that was overwhelming. I was just like, put that in. That is literally what you have. And I think Andrew underestimated what it would be to not only negotiate or debate a girl that's not one of them OnlyFans girls. One, then she black,
right?
Then she pregnant. Like, I mean, he played it really safe. I think he had been ill advised to probably handle her with kid gloves. And I think he should have went balls to the walls and just, I think he missed his opportunity.
For sure. So we got a lot of right-wing people on here tonight. So one of the things that Andrew Wilson said was Charlie Kirk felt like the left was the ones that did this to him.
There is, however, tons of evidence that a leftist killed Charlie Kirk. It's just Charlie feared he would. I believe Charlie Kirk, and I have the receipts. No, I didn't have a dream where he came to me and told me that the left killed him. No, he didn't come to me a dream and say, Candace Owens betrayed him. That never happened. In fact, I don't need dreams of any kind because I hold in my possession never before seen messages from Charlie Kirk to his security team on September 9th, 2025. I'm going to share the message with you today, which is the first time this information's ever been publicly revealed. On September 9th, Charlie's security team wrote to him, yes, law enforcement has been fully supportive and agreed to a security plan and posture. Tomorrow's event will be covered by both my team and the campus PD. If additional support is required, patrol units will be available. I have 11 on site. Charlie responded with this. Okay, great. Remind them that they are there for one person's security only, because I'm somewhat worried the left is trying to kill me. That was a message sent September 9th. Whatever could he have meant by that? Well, I think he meant exactly what he said, that he was worried the left was going to try to kill him.
So, CJ, I'll start with you since you're the guest. Do you feel like the left is trying to kill, right-wing influencers?
Yeah, for sure. I think when it comes to violence, I think it comes from the left more so than the right. I mean, just the evidence speaks for itself. I think left wingers actually say out their mouth that right wing people should die. I mean, like, should pass away, should be unalived. I mean, like, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they were literally making a dance out of it. I mean, left wing people have just proven themselves to just be somewhat a little bit inhumane. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but recently they just passed a law where you can abort a baby up to the 9th month. Like, everything of the left is a death culture. So I do believe that the Charlie Kirk would be afraid of the left. And I said this publicly, and I know I don't get any wins when I say this. God bless Charlie. But when you take positions that Charlie took when he was alive, it just puts you in a really dangerous position anyway.
For sure. Slim, what about you? Is the left trying to kill right-wing influencers?
Come on, bro. You gonna ask me that? Man, listen. The left been doing it for years, and just like CJ said, at the end of the day, it's about the information that's being spewed. The truth is very, very dangerous, especially in today's world. So when you're a Charlie Kirk and you're preaching the word of God, living in the world where they're trying to eliminate the Bible, eliminate Christianity, we got problems, man. This is where we are. And that's how Charlie stood. He stood on faith. He stood on the Lord Jesus Christ. He stood on man, woman, child. And they're trying to eliminate that.
Mr. Ripper, are you worried about being taken out by the left?
I'm not worried about it. I got God on my side. But when it comes down to, and the thing, this whole talking point going on the left, talking about how the right is actually more politically violent than the left because they read some type of study that said that. But that's completely false. The only reason why they say that is because they include the 400,000 people that was on January 6th. But they did not include Charlie Kirk's assassin. They did not include the guy who was planning on assassinating Brett Kavanaugh. They did not even include the person that shot Donald Trump. I get so many death threats in my comments all the time. I'm not worried about them. And also, a couple of weeks ago, I put this on social media. I went to this communist event, anti-ICE event, and I got them to say the worst things. And then I went to a Trump event afterwards. But what they were saying, like, I'm so glad Charlie Kirk got taken out. Even we did all the murals for him. They came there and tried to burn him down. Erica Kirk got on stage and said, "I forgive the man who killed my husband." And everybody in the crowd, I was there, of course, started clapping and cheering for that. When she said, "I forgive the man who killed my husband." 75,000 people clapped for that. Meanwhile, on the left, these people are making up dances and having Halloween costume with blood coming out of their necks and stuff like that, saying how they wish myself, and I'm pretty sure CJ probably gets the same thing. They hope I turn out to be just like Charlie Kirk, and we can both burn in hell together. I never experienced this type of hate when I was on the left from the right. It's only when I'm on the right and I experience it from the left. These people are evil. These people are terrible. They're all about destruction, and they always talk about how tolerant they are and how aggressive they are. What?
But no, I was laughing. I was laughing because Slim called him possessed. I was laughing.
They all possessed. Look at their eyes. They all look the same.
Yeah,
they all messed up, Joe. Just look at them, man. Look at the liberals, bro. Just look at them, man. Look at their personal hygiene, bro. Seriously, that's how deep I get with it. Word.
It's like It's like the Democrat Party is going more and more towards demonic stuff. Like back then, like the Clinton Democrat, well, he was president. Clinton, obviously, he's. But I'm talking about the Democrat Party. They were not like this. They're getting more and more demonic.
Yes, agreed.
Well, I think that it has a lot to do with them getting less American, less white American in particular, and not assimilating to the culture, the beautiful culture that was that our founding fathers created for us over here, and not embracing it, regardless of your skin color. And when you allow illegal immigrants, or even they don't even have to be illegals. I mean, when you just allow immigrants that don't share the same love of your country, and they don't share your same faith, or like when you let them run your country, you let them run your cities and your towns, like Zoran Mandamni. I mean, this is what you're gonna get. I mean, I let me tell you, I love people. I've people that I know that are of different religions, and some of them are not as clean as American religion or white culture. People can say whatever they want. People say, "Oh, white people," you know. Let me tell you, you are not. You know when you're in a white neighborhood and when you're not. You do.
Yep.
Right.
So they did.
Right.
Andrew Wilson did say a comment that might offend women. So I'm gonna play that clip. This is what Candace
When you
said.
tweeted Erica's too retarded to kill her husband, would you like to explain
gonna say
how
all women are
you
retarded.
developed your evidence,
All
your
women are
positive
retarded.
evidence
Ready?
for the fact that Erica was retarded?
He's gonna say all women are retarded.
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
I just think all women are retarded.
Oh, so you're allowed to just say stuff. Who knew? So and,
You
and what
just
and by
asked
the way,
me.
and
Like,
what dramatically transformed your opinion of Erica after going to the headquarters? Because you were pretty hostile about.
I wasn't hostile towards him.
You don't think calling somebody too retarded?
No,
is
come on. That's like
All women are
tongue
dumb.
in cheek stuff for me online.
Oh, you're being tongue in cheek.
Coping.
Usually when I call someone retarded, I'm being tongue in cheek. Yeah. Like for instance, you got.
I know the massage
supporters,
script.
When you tweet.
So this is the man cave. What you say, son?
So you should have found a better clip than that. That dude is an idiot. But go ahead.
Sneeko?
Yeah, man.
So, so this is the man cave. So Slim, you feel like all women are retarded?
Hell no, bro. That's a statement that I will never agree with Myron with. You know, he kind of put that on the wave, man, you know. And at the end of the day, God rest her soul, my mother, you know what I'm saying? My mother was a stenographer. She was in the courtroom typing on the damn typewriter with no letters. I still don't know what the hell she was doing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's an opinion. And you shouldn't make that a broad spectrum when everyone has a mom. You know what I mean? That shit don't make sense. People got sisters. People got aunties. You can't do that. You know, that's another reason why you're going to lose followers. Shit like that, you messed up. Seriously.
So, Nora, you on a panel where a lot of people agree with this. You want to say what they said and kind of give us why they feel this way?
Well, first of all, I don't think you're going to lose followers, unfortunately. We live in a culture now with incel men. They can't get pussy, so they insult women. That's the reality. They have no game, no swag, no character, no confidence. They're little boys. And I'm not talking to the men on the panel, so please don't be offended. I'm talking about the people that think like this. There are millions of incel young men. And I was on a panel with some of them. It was weird. It was gross. I was on the side of Andrew Wilson. And then when I heard these losers that pay for him to teach them how to debate, y'all say he's one of the best debaters. I'm not impressed. I've heard him twice. Once with Candace, and the other time I heard him was on a panel with Casso and Skeptic. And I will say Skeptic is one of the most, I don't agree with her all the time, so shout out to you, Skeptic, if you're watching, but she's one of the most intelligent people I personally know. And her little crew, they dog walked him. I mean, I heard that clip. I think they won that debate. They held their own with him. And then I heard him with Candace. And then I go on a panel, and these people are bragging that they paid to be a part of his debate club, or debate school. I'm like, you guys are the retard for that. I didn't like that. But they were calling Candace being all sorts of names. Candace is a millionaire. She's a successful woman. I don't agree with her, but she's a success.
Mr. Rippey, you conservative, but you're not really red pill like that. What's your thoughts on his comment?
Well, obviously, I'm agreeing with Slim 100%, man. That's completely disrespectful. I'm not for that crap. And there's so many people that claim to be conservatives like that speak like that. That's the reason why I don't mess with what's his name? Somebody just admiring, people like that. My internet's driving me crazy.
You good. CJ, you the other female on the panel. What's your thoughts on Andrew Wilson saying that about women?
So here's my take. I respectfully disagree with you guys. I think there's a subset of the internet culture where the manosphere, and they're having a good time teasing women and our lack of accountability and how we think, and we're emotional. And so I thought it was totally fair. He's consistent. He does think that women are retarded. Retarded means slow. I come from the mindset of men are superior to women. And so if you look at it like, are women retarded in the kind of red pill way? I mean, like, if you don't feel like you're retarded, I don't feel like I'm retarded, but I understand how men think we're retarded because we are a little slow sometimes. And I didn't think that was anything. And I think that Candace, in that moment, takes herself too seriously, because clearly she doesn't watch any of his content. He would say, if he doesn't know Erica, he would say that she's retarded, just like he probably would say that Candace is retarded. Do I think they mean that? No. And I don't think there's no difference in him calling women retarded than us saying, no offense to you, Nora, but you call men incels and can't get pussy. And
the ones that are saying they're retarded, they don't have girlfriends. Most of them. The majority of them don't. I don't know what part of the internet you've been on, but they exist and they don't get women. They sit there, they watch Nick Fuentes, they watch Fresh and Fit all day, every day, and they don't have girlfriends. They don't have women. They literally say, I can't find a girlfriend. And they write in, I don't know if you ever watched Fresh and Fit. How do I get a girlfriend? How do I get this? There's millions of them. There are millions of good men. I believe there are more good men than incels. Let me be clear. So I don't know if you got that part of it, but there are more good men than there are incels. But there are a subset of the internet that are incels. That's why Fresh and Fit is successful. That's why Nick Fuentes is successful, even though he's 28 years old and a virgin.
Yeah, and that's the issue, and that's what's causing these men to feel this kind of way, because typically when they say something, it's made a big deal, and then women immediately attack the fact that they can't get sex, or he's a virgin, or he's an incel and he can't get a girlfriend, and I just think that none of that is helpful at all. And I think a lot of men, especially in the red pill or man,
call women retarded, but that's helpful to you, right? It's okay. He can call women retarded. Again, I do believe that there are a good chunk of women that are not that intelligent. But you're saying it's okay for them to call women retarded, but they can't get called out because they can't get women. Like, I think both are wrong. You can't say one. You can't say one is better than the other. My response was him calling women retarded, and I said, well, for me, are incel men.
Yeah, and what I'm saying to you is it's typically in response to how we act, how we portray ourselves as a group. So not obviously every individual woman has behaviors that you would consider to be retarded or not. And I'm sure he said it was tongue-in-cheek with Erica Kirk before he knew her. However, to use that as some kind of gotcha, I thought that Candace, it was just kind of lame to me. Like, oh, well, you thought she was too retarded to kill her husband. And if you watch his content, he says those types of things all the time. But so do women. Women say a lot of not nice things to men, and I believe that men in that area where Andrew is in the manosphere, they say it, and I just don't think that it's any different than the names that women call them.
I just don't think he should generalize this thing.
I think I'm fired up because I
mean, it's to say most, not all. You know what I mean? Like anything generalizes could trigger a lot of things. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a generalization of something to that nature. I understand what both of you guys are saying. Trust me, I watch Fresh and Fit. I'm cool on the other side, Nora. I don't got no problems there. But what I'm saying is, you know, I can't take that into face value and look at it like, okay, I agree with that. All women are. I think women have emotional thoughts, you know what I mean? And that could be detrimental to a lot of scenarios, but I wouldn't say they're retarded. I've seen women figure things out. There's women, you know, lawyers, you know, you can't generalize a statement like that. That's all I'm saying. I understand why he's saying it, but again, that goes into that masculinity scenarios and shit, but I don't want to get into all that.
The definition of retarded, I mean, if you just want to go to the definition of retarded, it just means slow. And obviously when we're talking, especially as us as content creators, hyperbolic is sometimes the name of the game. And so a lot of times these manosphere men, they say that to get a reaction. Now, I am probably sure if he sat down, and Myron does this a lot. He says all black people should be in jail. Now, does he really mean all black people should be in jail? No, it's just the nature of the business and her being in this business, Candace Owens, for her to kind of use that as like a cheap shot. Like, I didn't like the way that she was just coming at him, and I think he could have did better in defending himself, defending his positions, and saying, oh, well, you know, I was being tongue in cheek. I think he should have called her out for some of the things that she said about people.
Well, since we keep talking about Myron, he actually gave his thoughts on this debate. So I'm going to play his thoughts on this debate.
So far on this debate, they're going into topics that don't really matter. You know, like they're debating certain topics that I don't think matter like that. Like well, you said this and you said that and you said this. And let's forget all the stuff, but let's forget all the stuff that they said before on Twitter with each other, or what they might have or might not said to each other. Let's focus on what they're going to say right here, right now. You know, I think that the debate is going into certain realms it doesn't need to go into. And I think this is where Patrick needs to step in. And I think they need to bring the time rounds, dude. I think they need to bring this back and forth is not it, dude. It's not it. Okay. Some people might agree with that. Some people might not. I think the time rounds is not good. Sorry, I think the back and forth is not good. It should be time rounds. It should be first, what do you think happened on that day? Get it from both of them. 2, okay, give your argument as to why you think the other's argument is weak, right? Because once both parties give their stances, now we have something to actual debate from, right? Because we don't fully know Candace's position, right? And we don't have Andrew's full position too. Now Andrew does align more with the official narrative, right? But we don't know everything. We don't know what he believes, what he doesn't believe from the official narrative. We don't know, and we don't know what Candace thinks. We just know, the only thing we know from watching this debate right now, from a viewer standpoint, is that she doesn't think he was shot by a 30-6, right? And that's fine, but let's go through everything, right? From what she thinks happened on that day, all the way up until the shooting, how he turned himself in, all that stuff. We don't know. So that's one thing. And that's why I think time rounds is the best way to do it, dude. This free flow type debate is good at the end. Once we have both of their arguments established, their rebuttals established, then this free flow type thing can work. But right now, I think this is extremely chaotic. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not, but I think this is very chaotic, this debate right now. They're going into hearsay this, hearsay that. You know, we don't really understand whose position is what right now. They're arguing semantics. They're arguing over tweets. And I hope they're able to focus this debate back in on the actual topic. But yeah, right now they're reassessing what they're going to do here. I think they need to switch to time rounds immediately. They need to switch to time rounds immediately. This back and forth shit is stupid. They need to make it timed so each party can get out what they got to say, because they're wasting time on stupid things, dude. And I get it, because look, as someone who actually debates, right, unlike a lot of fucking YouTubers, what's up happening when you're getting into a highly adversarial debate like this, right, where both parties clearly don't like each other, there's a lot of hype, etc. You cannot let them go back and forth with each other, because because both parties are there to, as you guys can see, neither of them wants to concede at any point. I don't know if you guys note this. When you're dealing with two people like this that are highly adversarial, neither party wants to concede anything. It's going to be very difficult to get any type of middle ground. So the only way that you do debates like this is you have to have time rounds, so both parties can say what the fuck they got to say, and the other person is forced to engage with what they say. Does that make sense? That's why time rounds are so fucking important. Pat doesn't fucking debate, so he doesn't understand this shit. If I was there, I'd be telling them, we need to go to time rounds, guys. I'm sorry. We need to go to time rounds. I know there's a lot of people watching whatever, but if you guys want to actually get all your points out and not argue about fucking Twitter, this is an extremely frustrating debate to watch, because they're not conceding on anything. They can't come to middle ground, and you need to go, you say what you got to say, you make your argument, then they make their argument uninterrupted, let the audience decide who makes a stronger argument. Then at the end, you guys can actually go back and forth. And by the way, the reason why they brought PBD in as the intermediary is because his channel's bigger than mine. That's why. I'm starting to realize that's why, because I didn't realize he was going to stream it on his channel too. It was a business move, which I'm not mad about, by the way. I'm not offended by it at all. But that's why. A lot of you guys said, yo, why didn't you moderate? It's simply because he has a 2 million subscriber channel.
So, Mr. Rippey, you just did a debate. Was it time rounds? And do you feel like time rounds are the best way to do debates?
I think what Byron saying was 100%. I'm agreeing with him on that. Now, I just want to say that I think Candace would agree with what CJ was saying. She's not offended by him calling women retards and stuff like that. I use the word retard all the time. I talk shit about niggas all the time. Y'all see my content. I don't care, and nothing would ever offend me. The reason why I had that response is because it's all about who's authentic and who's not. Sometimes people just say shit, just get a reaction, but you actually have something more important to say. Not nobody's gonna take you seriously. So when people can tell that you're not authentic, that's the reason why I like Kevin Samuels and I like Thomas Sotomayor, because they're authentic, they're fucking real. But sometimes these people just come out and just try to talk like them and act like them. They go overboard, and not nobody taking them seriously, because conservatives have something to say. Andrew Wilson is not stupid; he has something to say. Byron is not even stupid, but when you put on a certain image, you lose credibility. You're not really going to reach people that we need you to reach. I'm not saying everything that you do is bad, because I actually agree with 99% of stuff, but sometimes you can tell you just pushing a limit on purpose, and we can tell. Let it just come off authentically, just like Tommy Sotomayor. That's why I fuss with the right people.
You're doing too much.
Slim, he was laughing at him because he said it should have been on his channel.
Yeah, I mean, because he's just funny, bro. At the end of the day, man, Myron is he pissed off. He's demonetized. He be mad at everything. He be saying he ain't mad, but we can see he heated about certain things when it comes to the space. And don't get me wrong, he's intelligent. I fuck with Myron sometimes, man. But I also agree with Rip on the actual persona, on how you're trying to deliver. It's like your delivery could destroy your message at any given time. You know what I mean? So how you deliver the message, how the person receives it is always
authentic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So if a person can see through that, you're gonna come off fake. You're gonna come off, you don't even act like this. Like people could see that. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
For sure. So Joe Rogan was one of the big people that helped Trump get to the White House, and he's on Candace's side. So I wanted to get what y'all perspective on.
Respect for the furries.
Yeah, but then they shoot the president.
Nah, I don't know if they
Wasn't that
did.
guy a furry?
No, he loved a furry.
Oh, he loved a furry. So.
Yeah, but I'm not even sure if that's true.
All right.
The more time goes on, the more I'm leaning towards Candace Owens.
What?
Wait, whoa.
She's got some very interesting theories about. I don't think any story that you hear in the news is accurate. I think there's always
none or spin on it at least.
There's always some spin.
But the public
so
believes
whatever the spin is about Tyler Robinson, there's some bullshit to it. I don't know how much of it is bullshit, but there's some bullshit. And one of the more recent bullshits is they found a photo that they were saying was Tyler Robinson, but then people noticed that the because he's real thin, people noticed that the cars in the background, the proportions were distorted. And then they realized that what they had done was taken a guy who's like much wider than Tyler Robinson and shrunken the perspective.
Really?
Yep. Yep. And then when you see him for what he really looks like, you're like, oh, there's no way that's that guy. That guy's big.
And then you're like, well, it's mostly true. Like, no, you're shifting it.
No, they changed. Like, you look at the hood of the cars behind them, they're all like that narrow.
Who is that?
Wrong. It never happened.
So, Nora, you were saying to me that you don't believe in conspiracy theories anymore. What's your thoughts on Joe Rogan? Go ahead. You muted.
That's not what I said. I said now we have Manji Oni accepting guilt that he did it. People still don't believe it. What are we gonna say when Todd Robinson said, "I did it to avoid the death penalty"? We're in a mass psychosis in this country, and I blame COVID and I blame the Epstein files because there are so many things that came out with the Epstein files that we knew to be true that were confirmed. Unfortunately, well, the emails that were like alleged or confirmed, and I believe now people think that there's like conspiracies and everything. Even the Lindsay Clancy trial, listening to women defend someone for killing their kids won't be me ever. Although I don't have a strong opinion as my homegirl down here about women and men, I do think women have roles in this country. And I also do think we should not be believing certain conspiracies because I don't know, it's getting ridiculous. Like we're getting away from truth. In fact, I mean, there's 35 genders. There's no truth in this country anymore. So when people see facts, they're just like, oh my God, it's a conspiracy. The government's lying to us. It's a little ridiculous. I love you, CJ, but girl, you don't understand what I went through Saturday night with his little followers. They were raging. I was the one that was calm. They were the ones screaming and hollering, calling Candace all sorts of names, and it wasn't called for. So that's why I'm a little passionate. So I apologize to you, but that's when I get passionate because men get more emotional than women do. You need to go watch that panel from Saturday night.
Oh my gosh, what panel was it?
Andrew Wilson's. I guess students, I'm going to be respectful. His students, because I don't know what else to call them, his debaters, they were on a panel for Fatty. Fatty works with Tommy Sotomayor, a lot of big people. And they were like so emotional. Like they were cursing and screaming, calling names. And like I was even killed. Even the other girl, we were like this. They were all getting so hyped. And I'm like, come on now. Women are emotional? No, you guys are.
Yeah, so with Andrew Wilson, I agree with you. I've seen him debate before. So like when he debated Dinesh D'Souza, I felt like Dinesh was stronger, but he, can be a little bit more height. I believe when he debates the OnlyFans girls, because that's his thing. Is like he debates on the whatever podcast, and so he's used to that type of debate. What I will say is with Candace, I wish, like you said, Mr. Rippey, stay true to that. Like, say it with your chest. Like, I felt like he just did not boss up on her, and maybe because she had the home court advantage, I don't know. But I feel like what Candace is doing is dangerous. I feel like what Joe Rogan is doing is dangerous. As you stated, Nora, is like everything's a conspiracy theory. Everything is, and we don't know what to trust. And I feel like we have to get to a point where if we don't know, then we accept what the people in power have placed in front of us, whether you like it or not. Charlie Kirk is dead, and if the state, like if I just were to give it to Candace as the state has something to do with it, I guess my question is what are you going to do about it? Like, what are you going to do about it?
Makes sense. I'm going to play a clip because Andrew.
Greg, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so now I'm in a like hardcore. I've been called crazy. The stuff that I talk about and the stuff that I believe. Mm-hmm. Now we do know that Lee Harvey Oswald did not kill JFK. We do know that what's his name? James Earl Ray did not assassinate Martin Luther King. It took us decades to actually know the truth, but there were people that were talking about the truth prior to it coming out. So questioning things, we understand that we've been lied to. We can't just accept everything, just like what happened with COVID. Imagine if we would have just accepted what they said about COVID. Now all this stuff is coming out with the whole vaccine and everything. So I will question everything, but these new conspiracy theories, theorists are giving us a bad name because they just automatically want to assume everything is a conspiracy, not even making us look stupid. So now I have to address that. Not everything is a conspiracy. So stop making us look bad and just look for the truth. I wait on everything to come out before I express my opinion, and my opinion is usually the facts.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Mr. Rippey, that like we still don't know who JFK, who quote unquote assassinated JFK. And so my thing with Candace that frustrates me is I do believe that men should question things. I do believe that men should be in power. I think it frustrates me with her just kind of going out there like she's a man and she's gonna bring down the FBI. Like like
Yeah.
you're if anything,
right.
I said this on my show the other day, is the reason why men think that women are slow is because can you imagine, Mr. Rippey, or any of the guys on this panel, someone calls you, one of your homies call you, and there's a whole bunch of lives that are involved, and they ask you something simple like, hey, can you back off of Brigitte Macron? Can you just back off of Brigitte Macron? Candace wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. Like, this is a problem when you start to get women like Candace involved in these types of things. So to me, at best is you need to like not, and I don't mean physically or hurt her, but you have to destroy her. You have to completely like I think Andrew Wilson just really just did the world a disservice the way that he backed off of her. He should have ruined her career.
So that brings us to a good point.
Can I say something? I believe he did this to set it up for the defamation suit coming against her. I believe we don't see how what he did now is going to help them, but it's going to, because he put her in corners and he was like, I got all these things accomplished. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. It wasn't a debate. It was for you to get her saying things on record.
Yeah, someone said women will dance for the money regardless of the category. Exactly. And the fact that she couldn't do that, like, you've probably compromised yourself for less, but you just wanted to be a bossy chick. Oh, Trump called me. Charlie called me and told me to back off of Brigitte. If you ask me who's responsible for the death of Charlie Kirk, I'd say she is. If all of the conspiracy theories are true, then Charlie got popped because he couldn't control his friend.
Okay, so earlier in the podcast, Andrew Wilson was calling out Candace, saying she was cheating, but people are saying he had an earpiece.
Yeah. What's in that? What is that? What is that?
That's an earpiece.
Was that legal?
You see how he's touching his earpiece?
Yeah.
Was he wearing an earpiece?
100%.
He was.
Wait a minute.
100%.
What do you mean he was wearing an
Candace
earpiece?
have it too?
Are you ready?
Okay, go.
That's Candace's earpiece.
What does that mean?
They gave that earpiece to all of us.
So they had it too.
No, but wait a minute. Watch what just happened.
Yeah.
The market believes he had an earpiece of things being fed to us. That was an earpiece that Candace's producers gave. Candace gave him.
To hear everything
gave
you guys
me.
behind the scenes.
So
Is she going to say that on air?
She would easily. I don't think she would have a problem.
Yeah.
I think she will. I don't think she has a problem with that. But that is their earpiece.
Slim, I hear you laughing. Do you think he was cheating? And do you think having an earpiece or getting text messages during the debate to be told what to say, do you feel like that's unfair?
I think the text messages, yeah, but none of that really happened. And Brody just clarified it. What I'm laughing at is how the internet immediately takes it and just goes way the fuck over there. Like right now, like this debate just happened and we're already assuming that they were cheating with earpieces. That's amazing how that travels, yo. And yo, PD just called it out, yo. You see what just happened? Like he literally trying to show us where we are, man. We need to get off this internet shit, bro. Like we need to leave this bitch alone for like 2 months. 60 days, everybody just log off. For real. This shit crazy, man.
Well, PPD was the moderator, so we had to hear who he felt like won the debate.
We'll say one. Here's why we'll say one. I think both of them won, and I'll tell you why they won. But I think Candace won because she got the money and she presented her argument. And in an area where she conceded, she says, I don't know why you're playing this video. I already conceded to you. And I said, yeah, I was wrong. And she did that. So that was good for her to do that. And I think she got in front of an audience and moved some people that probably don't watch her content. Remember, baptizing is key. Baptizing is key. And I think Andrew Wilson won because, let me explain it to you how much he won. And I think he won more than Candace won. And my argument is going to be very, very weird. You ready? You ready? This guy spent $300,000 and got somewhere between $50 to $200 million of ad viewership.
Yeah. Great point.
So guess what?
He's a big winner.
My wife at home says, who was the guy? I never seen him before. My dad says, I've never. Most people, his YouTube channel only had 180, 200,000 subs.
Yeah.
Very good, eloquent. I've had him on. He's been on Rogan a couple times. So he's getting the momentum. I think Andrew Wilson won because for everybody that says, what an idiot to give $300,000, I think it's the same story as Kanye spent $7 million on an ad for Super Bowl and sold $25 million of merch. I think Andrew Wilson won because overnight now everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Very simple. So from the business standpoint, Andrew Wilson made a lot more than $300,000.
All right, so since we're all content creators,
he should thank Candace.
So I'll start with you, Slim, since you went first. So is it worth losing to get some clout?
I mean, if that's your mindset, credibility to me and integrity is always first. So, there's a lot of people with that mindset. They focus on the dollars. They focus on, getting to another level. And respect to that, in this country, we have the ability to do that. That's why I love this country. So, at the end of the day, I can't knock nobody's hustle on how they get money because we live in the great country of America. But at the same time, you can't knock the hustle on how Candace is doing what she got to do. I don't believe she's doing it for clout. I believe she is doing it because it was her friend.
CJ, a lot of people didn't know who Andrew Wilson was. Now they know who he is because of this debate. Was it worth losing to now have clout?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, when you build your brand off of, as he stated, and we went back and forth that women are retarded, and you get spanked like that. I mean, I don't know if it was worth it for Andrew. I was looking at a couple of people, trying to help him to raise it 300,000, but ain't nobody biting. I think he hurt his brand a little bit. Definitely the whole manosphere, the whole red pill, women are retarded, women are stupid, and then you essentially get outsmarted by Candace Owens. So I wouldn't want to go out like that as a debate coach and just get spanked like that. But I mean, hey, maybe it's worth it to him.
Mr. Rippey, what about you? Is it worth losing to get the clout?
I agree with exactly what CJ was saying. 100%. Everything that she said, that's what I'm saying.
Nora, what about you? What you think?
Well, he ain't losing. He got a contract right now with TPUSA. They got him on payroll. He getting hundreds of thousands. He done set himself up nice, and I don't believe he was raising that money. I know what he was saying. Let me be clear. I'm not doubting what you said, CJ. I believe that he had bags set up. I believe if she got 300,000, he got 700,000. Somebody paid him $1 million to do that. So is he really losing? I don't know. I hear what y'all are saying, but hey, sometimes you gotta have a humiliation ritual to get to the next level. That's what we saw.
Well, all of us said that Candace Owens won, so we'll play a person that feels like Andrew Wilson won. That's Nick Fuentes, and then we'll do the final thoughts.
Send Andrew Wilson your energy. This is the big moment, and history is watching. Andrew Wilson is holding it down for all of us truth seekers, all of the rational people. I'm excited for this one because this is like the first time she's been publicly confronted, I think, like ever. She did the Erica Kirk thing behind closed doors. She won't debate anybody else. So now let's see it. Time to put up or shut up. Now we're going to see this one. It's going to be good. That'll be on Friday. I might live stream it if it happens. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a recap afterward. I'm not sure yet, but I think that'd be a lot of fun to cover it live.
If you're watching right now, hit that subscribe button and press that notification bell to know when we go live. Slim, what's your final thoughts?
Oh man, great episode today. You know, another man cave success. And yeah, man, again, I stand with Candace. I think she's intelligent. I really want to see how this plays out with everything with Charlie. I'm, you know, still a big Charlie Kirk fan. I still want to know, as a Charlie Kirk fan, what happened. But yeah, man, great show. 85 Slim dropping this video. Go harder this Friday, so hopefully y'all tune in for that. Peace.
For sure, we'll definitely play it. Mr. Rippey, what's your final thoughts?
Shout out to the Man Cave. Shout out to the Party. Shout out to CJ for coming on. Always ask questions. I say this all the time. Always ask questions. Don't take the mainstream narrative as face value, because there's always something behind the scenes. So I'm going to be put in a group chat. I'm going to be debating Brian Shapiro, and then after that, I'm going to be debating Harry Sisson. So I'm going to let us at the chat.
Y'all definitely check that out. We'll have to play some clips, Mr. Rippey. Mr. Rippey going to be debating Ben Shapiro and Harry Sisson. That's going to be huge. CJ, thank you for coming. You were a great guest. What's your final thoughts?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for the new party, for having me. Thank you for Rippey for inviting me to the Man Cave. I really had a really good time. I do believe that a lot of, unlike a lot of people, I do think that the American people, because we're so privileged, we can't stomach what happens probably behind the scenes, or we can't stomach the evil that's out there. And sometimes I feel like we should really just thank God that we live in the greatest country in the world, and don't be so critical of some of the things that happen, because we wouldn't last a day over in other countries. So we need to really appreciate.
Thanks. For sure. Thank you again for coming. Nora, what's your final thoughts?
I want to thank CJ for coming on. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for taking the time to come. It's always good to have like new perspectives. But nevertheless, guys, I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be hosting about the Idaho 4 case, Brian Koberger. So definitely come check it out. We are living in a time of conspiracy theories, and it's okay to have them, but some of them are harmful. And I agree with CJ. It's a little out of control. Some of them are harmful. But like Rippey said, we should question things. So stay questioning things, but some of the questioning is, you know, you're hurting the victims, you're hurting families. We're going to talk about it tomorrow with Brian Koberger. There are people literally that are victim shaming the victims' families, talking bad about the families. I mean, I don't understand the times we're living in. I mean, literally, we have people doing confessions and you guys still aren't believing it. But anyways, come back tomorrow and God bless everyone.
It was unanimous. Andrew Wilson, you lost, but you did blow up off of this. I'm going to say with my opinion that I feel like it's worth the clout. We're all content creators here, so we all trying to blow up. So he did get known. We'll see where his career goes from here. We do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night. Man Cave.
Sisters, we shall not yield to tyranny.
Our cause just, we will prevail. The fight for our rights.
Buffs, ready for a journey back? Look at this encampment. The spirit of 76 is alive.
Bobby, at this point, shame on you. Shame on you. Because we are being played as the American people. Our money is funding a war that we don't need to be in. We shouldn't be okay with it. So as long as I have breath in my body and a mic to use, I will be speaking out against this.
A true patriot savors these moments, but the fight for liberty calls.
The economy, we have a global economy that's we're a number one economy in the world. I know that a lot of people want to paint the horrible view of America, but, you know, go live somewhere else and then tell me America's bad.
patriotism is all about. Look at these flags. They represent our fight for liberty. This is what
so
American
freaking crazy to me that we have an conflict with Iran before a single person from the Epstein files has been arrested on American soil.
The hour of our liberty is at hand. For freedom is bravo. Brothers
Yeah, I
and
was
sisters.
working, man, you know, but it's good to see Rippy out there handling business, man. And again, hey, that's a lot of black Trump supporters, man. I mean, it feels good to see them, man. So I'm.
My fellow patriots, the hour of decision is upon us. Let us march forth with courage to secure our liberty.
A real coach. People are getting sick of it. The moment a celebrity steps slightly outside the leftist approved narrative, they get attacked. Chili from TLC gets heat over allegedly donating to Donald Trump.
For liberty. The British advance. We must act.
Our supplies are low, but morale is high.
Then we fight for liberty.
Pain to War captures the spirit of we fight for independence.
The
Welcome to
people
my
that said they were anti-war. I think they said no new wars. Yeah, they voted for a president that was not going to start any new wars. And what's funny to me is that not only were you lied to, not only did this man start this and get out of the
freedom. Greetings from the encampment. The spirit of liberty is strong. We will fight for our rights and our freedom.
Just in order to get the Greater Israel Project accomplished, you have to kill people. That's why it's wrong. Killing people is wrong. Full stop. So you can try to make sense of it with, well, it's a threat and this and that. There's no greater threat than the United States empire.
Vocabulary up because I'm throwing out words like hubris, acquiesce, verbose. What are you going to do about the dichotomy of the nuance?
To the encampment. For liberty.
And what I've learned, and I'm not a liberal or a Democrat. I voted for Trump the first time, but he's become a politician. He lies like all the other politicians. He deceives like all the other politicians.
And flaming! Soldiers, the enemy is near.
Not only do I love my FBA fam, my Black American fam, my Black people on code, you know, my people that's allies with us, as part of the fam. I love y'all. I love my country too. You feel me?
The cause to victory.
To victory. These pastries are wonderful.
Indeed, but we must stay vigilant.